Hey everybody, welcome to another installment of Brad Cook Stuff. This week, I'm not really in the mood to do a whole lot. I mean, I'd like to make something, I'd like it to be good, but I'm feeling kind of lazy, which is the perfect time to make a little bit of lazy man's food. So, this week, we're going to fry up a little bit of beef, and we're going to slow cook some vegetables. Anyway, let's take a look at the ingredients and see what we're working with.
Here are the ingredients for tonight's dish. Our meat is going to consist of this Wagyū short rib. Everything else is going to be the rest. So we have an onion, a carrot, a potato, a stalk of celery, half a head of cabbage, and some powdered onion soup and garlic salt. Let's go ahead and get these vegetables cut up. So first we are going to peel this potato here. All right, and we're going to cut it in half. That's it. Let's go ahead and set it aside. Next, we're going to go ahead and peel this carrot. And we'll cut this in half as well. All right, that's it for that. Next, we're going to do this stalk of celery here. Okay, we're done with that. Next, we have an onion. Okay, and we're going to cut this in half as well. Okay, onion is done. The last thing we have is some cabbage. I got this on sale. Cut down what we've got here. Okay, and this is what we're left with. I went and loaded most of the vegetables into my slow cooker. I'm going to put in some of this garlic salt. And some of this powdered onion soup. All right, let's go ahead and set this into the slow cooker. All right, it's a tight fit. I'm going to go ahead and set it on high. And we're just going to leave it for a few hours. While we're waiting for those vegetables to finish, we'll go ahead and get this meat cooked. Of course, as always, we'll start with a little bit of butter. I'm going to put a little bit of this carne asada street taco seasoning on here as well. So I didn't cook this for very long. I wanted to keep it a little bit rare, and I think this is the right amount. All right, let's go ahead and get this onto a plate and grab some of our vegetables. All right, these vegetables went in there for a few hours on high. Let's see what we got here. Smell pretty good. Smell kind of like onion soup and garlic. Well, let's go ahead and transfer them into a bowl for storage, and we'll put a little bit onto a plate as well. I don't know about you, but that looks like dinner. Let's try it out.
All right, moment of truth. I have here a plate with some slow-cooked vegetables that I used onion soup and garlic salt with, and some Wagyū short rib with a little bit of carne asada street taco seasoning. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a try. See how it tastes. So first, let's try some of this meat. Yeah, maybe. I can check that out. All right. That is nice and tender. I mean, that's Wagyu, of course. And the seasoning on it is good, but it's not overpowering. So it gives it a nice accent, but you can still taste the beef. All right. But, of course, all these vegetables are kind of the star of the show. So, a little potato here. Let's try this out. No, that's nice. That's a good potato. A little bit of onion here. It's nice and soft. I like that. All right. Let's have a little bit of this carrot. Okay, the texture of that is just about perfect. It's no longer crunchy, but it's not soggy. All right. And try a little bit of this celery here. Yeah, that's where a lot of this flavor is coming from. And finally, we'll have a little bit of this cabbage. The flavoring is not overly strong. I probably could have added more if I really wanted to. And if I decided to, I could probably add a little bit now. But actually, it's really not too bad. And I have plenty left in containers behind me there. I want a little bit more of this carrot here. I usually don't go for cooked carrots, but yeah, this is about perfect. So all this came about because I wanted some vegetables and I just didn't feel like doing a lot of work. So rather than going through the long process of chopping them and putting them in the slow cooker, I figured peel them, throw them in the slow cooker, and let it do the work, and they'll be a lot easier to cut when I take them out. And as it turns out, it actually worked out fairly well. As for the short rib, I wanted some meat. I found some on sale and I figured, fry it a little bit, put on some seasoning, not that much work. So yeah, kind of a lazy man's dinner, but in the end, I think it worked out fairly well. I have some here left on my plate. I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. And then I have plenty of vegetables and a little bit of meat left, so I can have this again. Anyway, as always, appreciate you guys stopping in, and we'll see you in the next video.